Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back, and I'm up and close and personal today because, so even though Valentine's was last week, it is still Valentine's month, and I'm just so, I suppose, yes, kind of gatekeeping myself here, but like, I know there's people who read more romance books than me, and people who have read it longer than me, but like, this last few years, I've been reading a lot of romance. I would definitely say you could call me like a romance reader. I do read other stuff as well, yes, but also I read a lot of romance. And I'm just, well, I suppose right now you have the thing where Wuthering Heights is coming out, and the thing that's happening before has happened before is happening again. People talk about Wuthering Heights, other classic romance read. Wuthering Heights is not a romance. It's not. It's a love story. It has people falling in love. Yeah, well, I suppose I haven't read it myself. But I mean, I do know people have from sources, from credible sources, that this book ends in a tragedy. If a book ends in a tragedy, it's not a romance. And also, this kind of also annoys me because I just saw someone saying this on Instagram or Bookstagram, like saying things that's unpopular opinions that they would be slayed for, whatever. And they have like a picture of romance books, and then one of the unpopular opinions was that they like a romance with a unhappy ending. Yeah, that's not a romance. It's not. It's not a romance. It's a love story. Like I suppose, like to me, a romance, it's a book. Kind of actually, I'll just have like two criterias. One, it has to have like such a big plot point of a romance that if you take the romance away from it, the book wouldn't work. It would just be like a chapter of people falling downstairs because sometimes romances also has like slapsticks in it. But like the romance is the main plot. Other things could be happening as well, but the romance has to be the main plot. So that's the romance is the main plot. If you take it away, nothing really happens, or it's just a thin pamphlet of a book, and it has to end happily. Now, does that mean it has to end with people getting married? No. Does that mean it has to end the couple, with the couple having a kid or being pregnant? No. But it has to end with the couple being together and looking into future being together. If this like for example, if this is like a YA book, it could just be about them like being together and feeling like we're going to be together at least like in the future. They might not have said, I'm going to marry you, but like they will be together. If it's standalone, which often books are, romances are, you can imagine in your mind that they'll be together forever. Though a lot of YA, I mean, a lot of teens don't be together with people that meet in their teens, but still. If it's an adult book, it has to be a story where they say like, "I want to be with you forever." It doesn't have to be a book where let's get married, but they have to like claim their undying love for each other. So if a story doesn't end with a couple together, no, it's not a romance. Some people talk about romances like they talk about Nicholas Sparks, or they talk about, they talk about Wedding Heights. No, those are not romances. Love stories, yes, but not romances. There's a difference there. Not quite the same. I suppose kind of think of this like, for example, you have books where there's kids in them. Doesn't make them a kids book. For example, It's by Stephen King. The first, well, the first book. The first part of the book is about a group of friends who are what 11, 10, 12 around there. I haven't read the book, but I know that it starts with them being kids together, and then at the end, like the second part of the book is them as adults, but like the first part is them as kids. That doesn't mean it's by Stephen King. By Stephen King is a kid's book. It's not. You can have people who are kids in a story without it being a kid's book. And the same thing, you can have people a story where it's kissing and there's a love story happening, but if it doesn't end happily, it's not a romance. No, you can't say you love romances where the couple doesn't end up together, because that's not a romance. You can say you like stories, books that are that way, yes, because there are books like that, but they're not romances. Repeat with me. That is not a romance. Please get this into your head. I suppose, yeah, people might. I feel like also like, because I saw this on Bookstagram and people like they posted like a picture of, I think there was like a picture of, yeah, 5 6 romances where like the people ended up together. But the take was like, I sometimes like where people don't end up together. So you've read books where they end up together, but then you don't always read that. So yeah, I suppose you got there halfway. Halfway. And it's not just on Bookstagram. I saw it like on a comment, I think like a few weeks ago on a romance video. So like they kind of like it where it ends unhappily. And then the creator of the video said like, well, that's not a romance. And then they argued back. It is. No, it's not. Genres have criteria. Genres have rules. Even though you disagree with the rule, even though you like books that aren't part of, like, that kind of might make you think it's a romance. No, it's not. Also, yeah, people talk about Romeo and Juliet, Romeo, yeah, and Juliet as being like the big love story of time, all the time. Yeah, it's a love story. Yeah, it's not a romance. Not a romance. No, people, it's not. It's not. So yeah, just wanted to rant about that really for a bit. Uh, Also, I suppose, yeah, I can give like people who want to get into a new genre, they might not know all about the genre and whatnot. But I feel like if you read 6 or 7 of the genre, you should know what the genre kind of means, what the genre is all about really. And romance is all about ending together happily. It can be a book where there's a man in love with a man, a woman in love with a woman, someone in loving with two people who are non-binary in love with each other. That's fine. It can be a book about, that's fine. That sounds weird, but like that's okay. It can be a book with age difference. It can be a book with uh, it can be a book with one of the main characters is in a wheelchair. It can be a lot of stuff. Doesn't have to be people who are white who fall in love, white and cis and hetero. Like the only rules actually for romance has to end happily, has to be a big point of the big plot point, the love story has to be a big plot point. That's the only rules. And I feel like also, yeah, there's a lot of romances out there that people could definitely check out who maybe don't normally read romances, could very much like this romance book. Because there's so many of them out there. I would say, I feel like sometimes people say like they don't read because they feel like they don't really see themselves in books. Well, romances have become quite inclusive really lately. This last, I would say, 10 years. You have romances with nerds falling in love. You had romances with chronic illness and black people falling in love. You have romances where it's very funny, like generally rom-com, very funny. I mean, yeah, you have a lot of options nowadays. So I feel like you could definitely find a romance that you will enjoy. But yeah, just know it has to be romance. Like, it has to be romance. Like, what it means to be a romance, really. So yeah, me ranting for almost 10 minutes. Yeah, I have feelings. Do I? Yes, I have some feelings. I suppose also this next point in this video is kind of me um talking. Hi, Hollywood, Hollywood. Could you please don't just stay on one path, but also diverge of each? I mean, right now, I feel like every Emily Henry book is being adapted, and there's several Tessa Bailey books being adapted. I mean, those are nice offers. Not for me, but they're cool offers. But please take a look here. Please, Hollywood. Planes, Trains, All the Fields. Very funny book. It's a road trip book. It definitely needs to be adapted. I don't know why it hasn't been yet. It's been out for some years. People need to do it. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. It has been out for like 6 years more. 2019, so it's actually soon 10 years. It's an amazing book. No one's adapted it yet. It's weird, okay? It's weird. You can I'm not saying that you have to make every one of these books to movies. I could also like very much enjoy a limited series, but like some sort of adaptation. Definitely, that's something that they deserve. Role playing, Cafe Yarley. This is an amazing book. It's about nerds in their 40s and 50s falling in love. Just a social grace message that people can be old and still fall in love. It has demisexuality, bisexuality, all the things. And it's just an amazing book. It needs to be adapted. It just feels such a no-brainer. It's weird why it hasn't, but yeah. When Grumpy Met Sunshine, a great slow burn romance set in England. And I mean, I kind of like the second book more, but still, this is also a very good story. It needs to be adapted. In today's world, we need more romances. Like Reese Witherspoon has said, we need more romances on the screen to teach us how to flirt and be in love. And also, just the world is crap. Please give us people kissing and falling in love. Please, Hollywood, please. And then we have Geekerella by Ashley Poston, which has been out for like over 10 years now. Well, soon 10 years. It came out in 2016, 17, so soon 10 years. It's Cinderella retelling, but with a geek environment. Why Disney Plus hasn't made this, I don't know. It's weird. It's a mystery to me. It's quite a mystery. So, yeah, well, this is me praying and talking about these books as I have before, and hoping that someone sees this, someone from Hello Sunshine, someone from BBC, someone someplace understand that these books deserve an adaptation. They definitely do. So, yeah, I hope you have a nice weekend, and if you have thoughts, come to me in the comments.